Good morning, y'all, y buenos dias. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about yes space, what it is, why to do it, and how to do it. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. So I often get questions about how to discipline younger children, especially babies and toddlers. And my philosophy on that is just a lot of the times it's unnecessary, and I definitely have to explain myself when it comes to that. A lot of the times disciplining in a forward manner is not necessarily necessary, and the easier and more welcoming route is to create a yes space. So what is a yes space? For me, I had no idea what this was, and I was actually already doing it, so don't feel weird if you guys don't know or have any idea or have never heard of this before. I'm sure plenty of you guys are actually already doing it and just didn't have a term for it. So a yes space is essentially just a space where you are less likely to say no constantly. And so essentially baby proofing, in a sense, just kind of taking it to the next level of baby proofing. So creating a space, whether it's, their room, your room, living room, wherever, whatever area, and allowing your baby or toddler to freely move around without you having to constantly either monitor them or constantly tell them they can't touch this, don't do that, don't put that in your mouth, those instances. And so the first level of that is really just baby proofing, which most of us all do anyways. So, no wires or plugins or electrical items or electronics or sharp things or things they can't put in their mouth, just like simple things that are really, really just basic and everyone knows. And so, but doing that, you eliminate a lot of the no's that you would commonly say. And so obviously, for their safety, you don't want to have anything around that is dangerous for your child. So that's just basic. But also, you don't want to always and constantly be telling your child no, because you don't want to be doing that. It's time consuming and irritating, and it's really, really not good for them to constantly be on a battlefield, essentially, constantly having someone who is an antagonist who is constantly trying to figure out what they're doing wrong and telling them no for it. And so by creating this yes space, by creating a space that they can freely move around and just be them at whatever stage that they're in, it creates a more welcoming environment for them and a much more relaxing environment for you. So what we do to create our yes space. So first, just like I said, very basic, making sure there's no sharp objects or anything like that in any area that she can reach. So for us in particular, our yes space is basically our entire house. So there are rooms that she just doesn't and is not allowed to go into unless I'm with her. And that is this room. This is my office. I have all my books back here. I have my camera stuff and lights and all kinds of things that are just not okay for her to touch. And so we keep them in here with this door closed. And so she can never get in here because she can't reach the door or anything like that. And then the other room is the laundry room, because we have, the detergents in there and like dirty shoes and boots are in there, and I just don't feel like dealing with her getting into there. And so we always keep that door closed as well. But pretty much every other room is open for her to go into. So she can freely go into our room and her room and, the kitchen and living room area. And then we have a baby gate and a wraparound like makeshift blanket that we stapled into the ground, so there's no way for her to either throw things or like try to stick her head through the gate like fence thing. And so that's been completely secured, and like I said, the baby gate, so she can't go downstairs, and we never really go downstairs anyways. And so like our upstairs is level with the ground, and the downstairs is basically a basement, but it's got like rooms and stuff in it, but we never ever use it. And so anyways, so baby Kate's there, and so there's no room that she can go into that has anything that I wouldn't be comfortable with her either touching or like being around. And so being that we are minimalist, it kind of works a lot in our favor. We don't have anything out at her level that she couldn't touch. And so I know that it can be or look or seem kind of extreme, but when it comes to A, the safety of my child, and B, the comfort of me having that liberty of her just being able to walk around and me not worry about it is priceless. And so I don't really mind not having a lot of stuff in general, but also especially with Luna, like I never want to have something that is like breakable or expensive or anything like that that she can be around, and I would be really upset about if something happened to it, which is why I have all my books in here. The books are in here, which Luna cannot touch. My jewelry, which you guys know how much I love my earrings and my necklaces, and so those are all in my room on top of the dresser in a box, and so she can't reach that either. And those are pretty much the only two things. And like I said, my computer and camera stuff is in here, and she can't touch any of that. And so her being able to just float from room to room gives her that liberty that she wants, that she sees us have, which is really critical, especially at her age. Luna just turned 2. And so most of everything that they really want right now is just to be like the adults. That's really all that they're about. Just slide in this little story, but like even just today she was trying to eat with her fork, and like the food was coming off, and she was so mad. She was just looking at Zach eat and looking at me and being so frustrated because she just wanted to eat how we eat. And so to be able to create this yes space and this environment that she can freely move through just the way that we move through, she gets that sense of, you know, I am at the same level as them. You know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't feel like she's a baby, and you know, just because we could move freely, she can't. And so by creating this yes space, she has this independence about herself. And it's really kind of funny to see sometimes because you know, I'll be in the kitchen and I'll hear her like clanking on something, and obviously I don't like her to be unmonitored for extended period of times, but I do like to give her her own little time for her to, you know, hang out and stuff, because like I said, I know that she's safe and I know that she's okay in whatever room that she's gonna be walking in. And so like I'll hear her clanking, and I'll go and I'll peek in her room, and she's just like clanking in her little kitchen, and it's super cute just to see that she feels so comfortable and so safe that she doesn't like have the need for me to be watching her. And obviously this is not all the time. It's not like she's gonna be 3 hours in a room just sitting down chilling reading books, but it does definitely create a more comfortable feeling for her of safety, which is so important and so crucial for us as parents to create that environment for them. You don't want your child to be terrified and scared of everything. That's just a really, it makes me feel all kinds of sad just thinking that, you know, Luna would feel bad or feel scared all of the time because of the environment that she's in. So also by creating these yes spaces, we are able to avoid, like I said, that conflict of no, don't touch that, no, don't do that, you know, like whatever. And those moments are obviously still going to happen no matter how great of a yes space you have. They're still going to be grabbing something that they're not supposed to at some point or another, and those no's will still need to be said, but it'll be a lot less than if they were just in a typical situation. And going along with that, constantly saying no and constantly instilling some form of fear one way or another to your child can go one of two ways, I see. There's the backlash. There's that they will rebel against you saying no, and they're going to want to do it even more. And we all know that kids have an awesome tendency to do that a lot of the time. So being able to avoid that is really, really great. And then B, another way that this can go is that they can become fearful, and they can become scared maybe of whatever it is that they're doing, or of you yelling at them. So it's not necessarily something that's going to keep them safe anyways, because they're not necessarily scared of like the plug-in itself, but more so I'm scared that I'm going to get fussed, which is something that is such a hard balance, y'all. I am by no means a perfect parent at all whatsoever, and I don't claim to be at all. We all have so much to work on. And so finding that balance between allowing them to learn yet preventing things from happening is something that's really hard. And so I think that having that yes space is just like one one thing that you don't have to think about as much, because every day is a constant struggle between keeping your child happy and safe and letting them have liberty and be independent, but also, you know, not letting them do whatever, you know? And so finding that balance can be really hard, and it's a constant everyday struggle. But I think that for me personally, Yes Spaces has helped tremendously to allow Luna to be free and happy and give me the peace of mind that I really, really need as a parent. So yeah, that is it for today's video. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Tlazocamahti for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.